I let's see. This is the 10th of February uh, in the United States, and it's Monday. I'm gonna talk about the cards for the next few days, and I'm also gonna talk about Kendrick Lamar because if you know he did he just won a Grammy and he um, did the Super Bowl halftime performance, which was amazing and in so many ways. And I thought, I wonder what's happening with him. He must have the 10 of diamonds. So we're going to look at that because some of you are my private students learning the cards, and some of you are just learning as you go, so I like to share. So I'm going to start with Kendrick because he's 37. His birthday is June 17th, 1987. And he is a Gemini, King of Clubs, Jack of Diamonds. So you see him over here in the life spread. Mercury rules Gemini, so that's his planetary ruler. The King of Clubs walks to the beat of his own drum. Think of, what's his name? Fidel Castro. What's his name? Who, told the United States to take a hike for 55 years. So, they do it their way. Look where he's sitting. When he had his birthday, age 37, his King of Clubs moved into, hello, the 10 of Diamonds house. So, this is being in the spotlight. This is the Jupiter card in the Jupiter line. So, this card, when we sit there, good fortune comes our way. We're in the spotlight. Some people are going to love us, some people are going to hate us. It doesn't matter. We're there to be seen. And good fortune comes our way, and he's a perfect example of that. Perfect example. And, if you look at his planetary ruler, it's sitting here in the Six of Hearts house, which is all about, bringing your relationship with yourself and everybody else into its highest form of expression, which is exactly what he's doing. He's expressing his truth. And the truth for a lot of people, he's Pluto to himself. This is an alchemical, highly transformational aspect to have with ourself. And if we were just focusing on his planetary ruler and this card as an influence, that king wears the crown of authenticity. So that alchemical, the phoenix rising from the ashes is about him just being his authentic self and putting it all out there in front of the whole world to see. Because this King of Diamonds sits in the center of everything. Okay, so I was not surprised to see that when I looked was it this morning, I guess. It's like, oh, okay, I thought so. You know, that it's amazing. And he has this card vertically in Mars, which governs work with the King of Hearts. So he's speaking for the people. That's what the King of Hearts does. Very cool, right? It's always in the cards. It's all in the cards.com. Um, so today is a Two of Spades, Eight of Diamonds day. And in approximately 44 minutes, the moon is going to go direct into Leo. And that's when I will post this video. The Two of Spades and the Eight of Diamonds together is a powerful combination for, partnerships, communication, for getting your message out, for being in the limelight, for shining brightly like a star, for communication and connection. And the moon is going into Leo. So if you have some way in which you want to put yourself out there, and this will be the day from 12:01 p.m. Eastern Time, and I know some of you it's already the next day, and that's why I'm going to talk about the next couple of days so you guys get it before it happens. This is a powerful day once this moon goes into Leo. When the moon is void, of course, it's between planet in constellations, so it doesn't have direction. And oftentimes, when we start something on a void, of course, moon, it doesn't come to fruition. And I know a lot of you know this already. So it's important to pay attention to where the moon is. The cycles of the moon are important as well, and knowing if the moon is with direction or in between constellations is extremely important. Because if you've ever been in a day where it's like, why isn't anything happening? The traffic's not moving, the people are not doing what they're supposed to, it's just things aren't happening. It's often mostly when the moon is void that stuff happens. So, this is a good day if you are doing something. It could also be a good day for investments, I would think. Don't, hold me to that, but it could be a very good day once the moon goes direct. So that's this day. Tomorrow, the 11th, is an Ace of Spades, Nine of Spades day, and the moon is still in Leo. Now, the moon is almost full. I don't know. I should have looked to see when the moon goes full. I know it's being said that the moon will be full on the 12th, but it's going to be close enough on the 11th with the Ace and Nine of Spades. On the challenging side, these are death cards. So, when I saw the moon was going to be full on the 12th, which is a King of Diamonds, Six of Diamonds day, and the moon will be in Leo until 2:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I thought, that's my way or the highway energy with Leo. It's like, we're going to have an earthquake. But then when I wrote down these first 3 days of the week a little bit ago and realized tomorrow is an Ace of Spades, Nine of Spades day, it could be a day when there is a catastrophe of, serious measure. I mean, this has been happening. There's always a lot of death and destruction when we're in the spade suit. It just seems nonstop right now, and the planet is definitely rocking and rolling. And the sun is throwing fits, and there are things flying around. It's like you don't need to go to the theater anymore, you just need to sit on your porch. It's like and I know a lot of it is devastating, so I don't want to make light of this. I have a lot of clients and friends who lost their houses in the fires, and there are people all over the world, just planes falling out of the sky and the earth caving in and winds blowing harder than usual and earthquakes and volcanoes. I mean, the earth I just think it's going to increase with the activity. And we need to be friends. we We people need to be friends. The division needs to disappear. The nonsense needs to stop. The judgment needs to disappear. Because we're going to need each other, and it's not going to matter who you voted for, what your religion is, these things are going to disappear. And it's not a good idea to wait until a disaster happens to become friends with your neighbor or somebody that doesn't think like you or vote like you or look like you. We need to do it now. I really believe the test for humanity is for us to care for one another. And we're getting worse at it, not better. And I do believe that social media has created a total destruction of the fabric of society. I have friends that I had for years I can't even talk to anymore because they don't make any sense to me. It's like, I don't understand, and I don't have judgment about that because I believe that whatever we believe and whatever path we're on as an individual, it's important for us. But it's nobody else's business. And maybe we all ought to just shut up and do what we do and love one another. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. So tomorrow, you need to be careful. I don't care who you are, where you are. And for some people, that starts today. For you guys on the other side of the international date line, you're in this day with the Ace of Spades and the Nine of Spades. And I want you to be careful. These are powerful cards of spiritual death and rebirth. They're powerful cards of spiritual initiation. That's where we want to be putting our attention. And we need to be aware. Accidents can happen. Don't do anything stupid. Oh my God. I'm on a roll today. I'm on my second cup of coffee. That's what it is, And I'm an Aries, so my Aries comes through with the coffee. All my Pisces and my 5 planets in water are usually, they're running the show. But when I have 2 cups of coffee, the Aries comes out. She's here. I'm telling you what to do, okay? If you don't like it, you can leave. So that's the good news, right? But I love you, so you should stay. Be careful with this Ace of Spades, Nine of Spades energy. We don't actually die. That's the good news, but that's another subject altogether. And I know the moment I realized that. And I told my son, I'm not going to ever die. And he was like, oh, God. He has visions of me being 120, But having to take care of me, I'm like, no, I won't stay if I can't take care of myself. But, life is eternal. And these cards are all about that, the Ace and Nine of Spades. Think about that. And the Nine of Spades is Pluto to the Ace of Spades. Tomorrow's going to be a stellar day. I highly recommend everyone meditate. Start your day, start the night before, be in meditation. Be the Buddha. Be extremely self-aware and mindful. Because you'll get a lot of bang for your buck if you do that. It's a day of things being revealed. You could learn about something that has been hidden from you. And that something that you've been hiding from yourself could pop up in front of your face. Pay attention. It's a powerful day Today's a powerful day. Wednesday is a powerful day. The, with the King of Diamonds, the King of Diamonds shows only one eye in the original card deck. The other eye is looking somewhere else. And I remember in the late 90s, I told this to Robert Camp. I said, it's not that we're, short-sighted. It's that I'm a King of Diamonds, we have vision into the other world at the same time. Look, the Seven of Spades is our soul card. This is the mystic. We came in with the mystic. We were the mystic before we got here. That's a whole nother conversation about the soul card. And that card governs our work in the world in this lifetime. Anyway, Wednesday is the King of Diamonds, Six of Diamonds. Six of Diamonds either is, the diamond suit governs our integrity. This is all about our values, our integrity, and money, but it's about integrity. The Six of Diamonds is either walking, on the high road or the low road. There is no middle road for those people. And that card is my way or the highway. Bottom line. On the high side, it's, paying your bills 3 days ahead of time and, being generous and just amazing. On the low side, it's like the opposite of that. But I'm thinking about these two cards together are very powerful. They're very powerful, determined cards for good or for evil. And the moon will be in Leo until 2:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. So there's still that strength of the Leo energy, right? And then it goes void until later that night. So, these are this day and the next 3 days. And of course, Kendrick Lamar, God bless you. He is blessing you. Everything's blessing you. The Ten of Diamonds is blessing you. And I just wanted to share that so you could see. It all in the cards. It's all in the cards. All the time, always. So start exploring that because it's fun. Okay, I'm going to plug my book I just released, Beyond the Body, Stories from the Other Side. So if you don't want to hear about that, this would be a good time to leave. I am a psychic medium since my son died 27 years ago. After he died, he brought that into my life, I guess, so I would have a way out of my grief. And he came to me 18 years ago. I'm a little slow. And he told me, you need to write a book you need to start a blog called Beyond the Body, Stories from the Other Side. And write the stories about your experience as a medium because they will help people. So I went and got the name and I wrote a few stories, but I'm not a blogger. As you can tell by my posting, what are these called? Videos. So, I can go for a stretch doing every day and then I forget about it. So, and he told me it would become a book. Well, it's taken me all this time, but I finally published some stories, and this is volume 1, and I'm going to put the link below. Having lost a child, I know that losing a loved one is excruciatingly painful. And it doesn't matter how much you know what your spiritual path is, unless you're, just deciding to compartmentalize. It's a deep, powerful journey through the terror of grief. And these stories that I picked, I didn't embellish anything. They're absolutely to the letter what happened. And they're so beautiful. And when I was going through and editing just the typos, and probably still are some because I'm the queen of that, I cried through the whole thing. They're so beautiful. And just remembering what people were experiencing. So I'm putting the link to that book. And if you know somebody that's lost someone, there's nothing you can say to somebody. You can touch them. You can cook for them, be there. But you can't tell them, oh, they're in a better place. It's like when somebody said that to me, I wanted to punch them in the face. Because I'm who I am, I didn't. But I came close. You don't want to hear anything. You can't. It's like you want to hear stories about them. You want to ask about them. But you don't want to tell them they're in a better place or they're with God or Jesus or whatever. It's like you don't know where they are. But you know what? They're all okay, because I've been over there with hundreds of them. And when my son Spencer was 7 and his grandma died, when he came home from school, I told him, I sat down in front of him. He was standing in front of me, 7 years old. He had these big green eyes. And I said, I have some sad news for you. Grandma died today. And he looked past me for at least a whole minute. And when nothing's happening, a whole minute is a really long time. And then he looked in my eyes and he said, Mom, Grandma's still here. When people die, it's like they went in the other room and you can't see them or hear them. But they're still here because there's nowhere to go. And to this day, 27 years after he died in a car accident, I remember that all the time. He was wise. He was a special being. I'm going to leave you with that, and I love you.